Okay, welcome back everyone to another episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yoda Man on the boards. And once again, I'm joined for commentary on this game by Derek. Hey Derek, how's it going?
Doing pretty good.
All right, so we have another just kind of casual game between myself on the right against my good buddy Jerry, who's on the left at my house, also known as Yoda's Hut. I'm playing an original deck I built that I had this kind of crazy idea of using the newest Scum pod from Technological Terror, Heart of Cold. So it's kind of a droid and trooper hybrid deck. So I've got 2 Droid Revolution, 2 Heart of Cold, 2 Dark Trooper Project, 2 Emperor's Legion, 1 Take Them Prisoner, and 1 Sector Lockdown. And Jerry is playing a deck that was suggested earlier on the threads for a Technological Terror set that Dr. Mung Mung had put up, who I play with regularly on Octagon, just doing testing. It's got 2 Hero's Journey, 2 Running the Canyon, 2 Asteroid Sanctuary, 2 Match for a Good Blaster, and 2 Last Warrior, and obviously Jedi affiliation. So looks like we're flipping up objectives here, and I've got Dark Trooper Project, Sector Lockdown, and Heart of Cold. So Heart of Cold is after you reveal 1 or more Scum fate cards in your edge stack, you can remove the damage from a Scum objective. And let's see what Jerry ends up flipping up here. He's got looks like Last Warrior, so he's got the influence. And then 2 no matches for Good Blasters. That's going to be pretty good with his targeted strike shenanigans with Han, with the Luke Skyhopper if he needs it, with Zeb if he's able to get it triggered.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I just pitched something. I don't know what that was. I got Wrens in hand. I think I was looking for a resource but didn't draw any. I've got both Iggy's, it looks like. I've got the droid.
Now what sector
droid.
Lockdown objective do again?
That is, while it's undamaged, neither player can play cards that have copies of it in their discard pile.
That's right. That's what I was thinking.
And I'm playing Iggy C, it looks like.
That's one of those pods that it's good, and I see people use it all the time. I never seem to do well with it. Yeah. Every time I put it in a deck, it just never works for me.
Well, I think I put it in there because it had a resource. It had the officer with Zed to help with, just to have another officer there. He's got tactics. Stalker certainly can do some serious damage, and it technically has a trooper in there too.
Mm-hmm.
So Iggy C's hit the board. So he's pretty good that after an enemy card effect that targets him resolves, or after 1 or more tokens are placed on him by enemy combat icons, he gets to capture a target exhausted unit.
And basically, it means you can't do anything to him,
unless you can one-shot him.
Get captured.
Right. If you can one-shot him, then you can avoid it. But there aren't a lot of things with 3 guns.
Just him taking damage from combat icons?
Yeah. Except it's a reaction. So if he would die first, then you can't use it. Yeah. So Jerry's got a Dagobah training grounds out there. And Iggy C also is not elite. I committed him, but I didn't really have much of a choice. And he looks like he's playing Chewie. Well, there's somebody that can one-shot Iggy C, and also he's going to commit Chewie, and then we'll be counting guns instead of force icons. So he took balance back. The dollar's going to go to 2.
Yeah.
All right, so I didn't pitch anything. It looks like I drew the Storm Commando from Zed set. Still got those fate cards. I'm not sure if they're heats, maybe, because I know there's heated battles in a few of these things. And there I'm playing Wrens. And so when he enters play, you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and then put troopers into play, or put troopers into your hand, right?
I think it's your hand. I don't remember.
Sorry. Yeah, so after enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for any number of trooper cards, reveal them, and add them to your hand. And here's where I made a mistake. I misread his card because I haven't played it in a while. You put the other cards in your discard pile. I was thinking you got to shuffle them back in. And I drew a ton of good stuff here. I drew a Wrens. I drew one of the experimental tech lab resources. I did get 1 Dark Trooper. I think I had a secret objective in there. I had all these fate cards. One of those big fate cards with resources. And all I got was the measly Dark Trooper. Now I'm going to play the K4 security droid, which when he's in an engagement after your opponent declares an attacker or defender, I guess defender maybe, you can...
Defender, yeah.
Yeah, he can do a damage to it, so... I will not even be able to take balance back now because I've only got 3 guns. Rens does give +1 damage capacity each trooper. Now, I guess...
Well, you could send someone in, and if he blocks with Chewie...
Yeah, that's true. Chewie would... Well, Chewie's elite, but at least... Yeah, the one good thing, though, I almost forgot. Since I have Dark Trooper Project out, it doesn't really matter that Iggy C is an elite. Because I could clear him off while that's on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might be thinking about sending that little droid in, because then if he blocks, I can at least do 1 damage to Chewie. And if I can...
and you could send Eggy C in then behind him, and
Yeah.
well, no, you'd be better off sending Rens, because they have the same amount of blast.
Yeah. So I'm going to send in the droid at one of the no matches. So I kind of wonder if Jerry will block here. Yeah, if he doesn't block, he can certainly keep the force.
Mm-hmm.
If he does block, at least Chewie's elite, so he should get him unfocused, because I don't have any tactics on the board. Maybe I should have just played Iggy B instead of Rens and the droid.
Iggy B is pretty dang good.
Yeah. The problem is Chewie can one-shot anything. So he let it go, and I'm going to do 2 damage at no match. So I wonder if I'll try to send Rens in. Yep, I'm going to send Rens in.
So now if he blocks with Chewie, you're not going to get another attack unless you want to concede force.
Right.
So here he might be more likely to block. Depending on his edge hand as well. He only played 1 card, but granted he spent all his resources, so
right,
it's not
exactly.
Like, he may want to dump cards out of hand.
Right, so there is he's blocking with Chewie. And I know I have a Heat of Battle in my hand, so I played the Heat. He played a well-equipped, which isn't going to matter. He's going to win edge, but I do 1 damage to Chewie before he kills Rens. And now both my Renses are in the discard pile.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get balance back, but I'm not sure it's going to matter here.
No, you could only use 1 Rens anyway because of sector lockdown.
Right.
Now, does that apply to any card, or is it just units in play?
I think it's units.
Okay, so it wouldn't prevent you from playing a second.
Right, you can't play copies of units cards that are in your discard piles.
Yeah.
So, Dial's only at 2, but I think with the way this deck is that Jerry's playing, it has the potential to do a lot of damage real quickly. And Iggy C...
Well, especially with no match.
Right, yeah, exactly. No match is such a good objective. This is a pretty good pairing here, using it with the targeted strike stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have Yoda in his deck, though, so...
Yeah, he's got other stuff.
Yeah, he does. So there's a Cloud City Guest Quarters. Still got 4 resources left.
5, doesn't he? I mean, he spent...
Oh, yeah, 5. Sorry, yeah, he's got 5. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, that's right. Cloud City Guest Quarters is a 2, not a 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some resources in my deck too, but I'm not drawing them this game. I discarded that 1. That's why I was so annoyed with the Rens thing.
So that should have just gone back into your deck and been reshuffled?
No,
right?
I thought it was shuffle, and then when I reread them, it goes to discard, and I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have bothered to trigger them.
Well, realistically, I mean, you want unless you, if are there units in there? You've got some cheap troopers and droids and stuff you can play. I mean, would you really play Rens and not trigger his ability?
Well, I mean, it's not really a complete trooper deck, so that's why, because I've got the droids too. So, I mean, I guess there's the couple in his pod, there's the ones in Dark Trooper, there's I think there's maybe 11 troopers in there if I'm thinking right. There's 4 dark troopers. There's 4 of the scout troopers from his pod. There's 2 Death Star troopers because I have to take them prisoner in here, and then the 1 storm commando thing. So
I guess the question is, if you're not playing Renz's pod for his ability, what are you playing it for? Why did you what did you include it in the deck for?
Because I wanted to have him. I wanted him so the dark troopers would have an extra health.
Okay.
So they were droids, so they got the extra health, and then you could get the bonuses with like Iggy B and stuff because he gives them guns because they're droids. So that was why I just wasn't thinking about maybe I shouldn't trigger them. That was sort of my thinking with the deck. I said it was a little bit outside the box. I was just trying to do something different. It kind of hit me that we've got the droids and Dark Trooper Project's got droids, but they're flimsy. They only have 1 health, so how can I keep them alive? Well, Renz would help with that. And, sort of what led to that. And then I just filled in the last couple pods.
Yeah. Okay.
I also thought of using Mahdi instead of the Death Star, the take them prisoner pod.
So what's your split right now? Is it 4-6?
Yeah, it's 4-6, and you have to run Scum with Heart of Cold. So
yeah. So you've got 4 Scum and then 6 Navy.
And 6 Navy, yeah.
Okay.
So he's sending in the Twi'lek just to get me locked down here, which is annoying. And then he'll be able to go to town with a freelance slicer and Chewie if he wants to.
Now, what is it again that triggers Iggy?
If he gets affected by a combat icon or something targets him.
So you should be able to capture something then when he uses the Twi'lek, right?
Yeah, but you can only capture something that's exhausted.
Oh, okay. It only works on exhausted units?
Right, yeah.
So then the only thing you'd be able to grab is the Twi'lek.
Right, which if I win Edge, I'll just kill the Twi'lek.
Yeah, well, if you lose Edge, you still get to grab him, though.
Right. I'd rather win Edge so he doesn't lock down the other droid, too.
Yeah.
Because that's probably what he would do, although I can free up Iggy's BC, as we said, but... Yeah, so I guess he's trying to decide, does he want to play anything else in? So I played Tricks and Nonsense, so he can't... he couldn't do any more shenanigans. So... Yeah. So, not that he had any shenanigans during that engagement anyway. So Iggy C is double focus, but Dark Trooper Project should help me clear him off, unless Jerry can somehow get rid of that. So he's going to send the freelance slicer in.
Now, was that sector lockdown he was just attacking?
Yeah, he attacked sector lockdown.
I would have thought he would have done it in the other order. That way he could turn off sector lockdown.
Yeah, I don't know why he did it like that. Granted, Dark Trooper Project is certainly annoying to deal with.
Yeah, but he's nowhere close to blowing it up. He's only got one. Does that guy even have a blast, or is that 2 guns?
He's got Black Blast, White Gun.
Okay, never mind.
And there is what's he playing here? Playing an edge card. Target. All right, so he's got a target in there. And now he is playing Don't Get Cocky, and he is going to blow it up.
Oh. Well, okay then. Then it makes more sense.
Yeah. The target let him win by 2. Don't Get Cocky gives him 2 extra blasts. The slicer has a blast, so he blew it up. Now Iggy C is locked down. That was annoying.
Heart of Cold is the other objective you got out there, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And I just flipped up Emperor's Legion, which now has 3 whopping health, because I don't have any troopers in play.
I've never liked that objective. It's terrible.
Well, you certainly want troopers out once you get it.
Yeah, but the thing is, it does nothing else, so it's not benefiting you to have it in play. So if I'm the opponent, no matter, even if it's got 6, 7, 8 health, well, I don't care. I'm going to kill the objectives that are actually benefiting you.
Right.
And if it's only got 3 health and I'm about to win, well, then I'll blow it up. So
Right.
there's no time where you really want it in play.
Right. Well, it also gives you +1 damage for each trooper, which is one of the reasons why I was using it. Yeah. Or no, it gets, sorry, I'm saying that wrong. It gives you, it gets 1 damage for each trooper you have, so I meant, sorry. I said that backwards.
Other than its health going up, it doesn't do a thing for you.
Right, so now it at least has 5 health because I played the Storm Commando, which let me discard the top card of his deck.
Yeah, see, if I'm playing against you, I could care less. I go after the other objectives and I leave it alone.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm in big trouble here, to be honest with you. So, I'm probably going to
send in the K4 along with the other guy, because if he blocks, he's taking damage.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, you're getting a bunch of damage.
Yeah, I'm going after the other no match here.
Well, if you can win Edge, if he were to block with Chewie,
yeah, he didn't
and you
block.
sent the K4, you would win. You would kill him.
Yeah. So
that's why I was saying maybe you send the other guy with him and get another Black Blast, because you're not going to use that guy for defense, probably.
No, probably not. So now he's going to even keep balance here, which is not good. I can't get balance back with Chewie sitting there on the Force. And he did it damage to sector lockdown.
Yeah, it turned it off. Now, what does Heart of Cold do again?
It lets you heal from a Scum objective if you play a Scum fake card.
Okay. Well, you only have 1 Scum objective.
Right, yeah, he just won't go after it probably, so you have to worry about me healing it.
Well, Emperor's Legion's doing nothing for him, and Sector Lockdown is now turned off also, so you really have nothing you're getting from any of your objectives at this point.
No, and my Dark Trooper is the only thing with guns, but he only has 1 health.
Yeah, he dies to a heat.
Yeah. So I think he's in trouble here.
And no match for a good blaster does damage to objectives when you kill units, correct?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no match is good.
Yeah, he gets 1 targeted strike guy, and he's just going to tear through you.
Yeah. Yeah, so, no matches after enemy is destroyed during the resolution of a strike. Deal 1 damage to the engaged objective 3 times, up to 3 times per phase. But he's got both out, so he could technically do up to 6.
Yep.
So, this is looking pretty bleak here, this idea I came up with.
Something like Core Han right now would be really bad.
Yeah, I'm glad Core Han isn't in this deck that he's playing against me.
Yeah, he would be just brutal right now. He'd be like, okay, I'll pick off the droid when I attack, then I'll attack and kill another droid or another unit.
Yippee, there's Luke.
Well, that's not much better.
No, it sure isn't. And what's he giving him? Oh, he's playing one of the just regular Skyhoppers. I think at least only got 1 health.
It does have a blast, though.
Yeah, I think he's going to... wonder if he'll use the Freelance Slicer.
Well, maybe he'll get a trust for Luke.
Oh, God. That would be really bad. Alright, he's going after Emperor's Legion.
Probably because if he's going there, I'm guessing he's going to try and win this turn by taking out your droids and reducing it to 3 health.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have quite enough blasts on the board, but if he's got targets, he just needs 1 target and he can take it out. Take out Sector Lockdown with the Skyhopper and the other
if he has
thing.
some way of he could have something like a bamboozle and free up Luke and theoretically get a second hit at him and take out both your droids, in which case then he would only need 3 damage on that first objective to kill him.
I think he only has 1 resource open, so bamboozles. not going to come into play.
The top one is free. Oh yeah, I guess I do see a token on the. I was thinking the faction card was empty.
Yeah. So he's putting in an edge card. He played a target. He didn't really need to play that target there.
No, he didn't.
Oh, I guess he did. He needed to get the 1 extra damage before he killed one of my guys to reduce the health. Yeah.
Well, the thing is because of the target with no match for a good blaster, though.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was getting that bonus. I think he forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I told him that. I think we ended up calling in here. I just scooped it. I said, you didn't need to play that because you would have gotten the bonus from their match. You kill it, it blows it up, then you can play the target with the other things and blow up sector lockdown. Because I think I just scooped here, actually. Because there was no way I was going to get to do anything blocking. I wasn't going to kill anything. Yeah, he might be going after it. I feel like I might have just scooped here. Because when we realized that there was going to be nothing to do. Because if I didn't block, then he would have been able to play the target and win. And if I do block, he's going to get like an extra blast from killing my guy. So anyway, we just scooped there. So the deck Jerry played certainly performed well with all that stuff. My deck kind of fell on its face in that game. It was a work in progress. Do you have any thoughts about that one, even though it was a relatively quick game there, Derek?
I mean, his deck was pretty straightforward. Yours, I'm just trying to think of what else you could run. Using Iggy B and Iggy C is pretty straightforward. And then, I remember, I'm trying to think of what I used to play. I was using stuff like Decimators and, All Out Brawl. I love pairing those together. Again with the K4 because droid, because then people wouldn't want to jump into combat.
Right.
And then he gets his free damage as well.
Yeah.
That's harder with the Killing Cold because you have to run the Scum faction.
Right. Yeah. That kind of, when I first had the idea, I guess because it's still a little bit newer. I hadn't really played Heart of Cold much. I forgot that it was Scum only, because otherwise I probably would have just done, 6 Scum and maybe 4, Navy things. Just run Wrens and Dark Trooper Project, and then try to throw something else, which I could still try, because to me it seems like something like Hutt's Menagerie would be good, just because if you can get Bubo out, that can help protect things, and you get the Rancor and stuff.
Hutt's is good.
I guess you could try 5-5.
Well, another thing you can think of doing is running a reconnaissance mission.
I thought about that.
Those free drops are also droids.
Yeah, I thought about that too. That was I was debating between that and and
that puts another heat target and a twist in your deck.
That was one of the things I thought about at the end. So I'll probably just play around with it. Like I said, it was a different idea, trying to do something a little less standard than what people normally play to see if I can get it to work. So,
and that's one other problem you ran into there at the end of the game is with stuff like Renz's pod and such, is you end up with a bunch of objectives out there that are not benefiting you.
Right.
And while your opponent's objectives are doing things that are helping them.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to look at the cards that you're playing in the deck, but if all your objectives don't help you, you're probably at a disadvantage.
Yeah. Heart of Cold really does nothing in this for that.
Heart of Cold does nothing. Sector Lockdown, I've always kind of felt like it never really materialized for me every time I've tried to use it.
Yeah.
So, and again, it can be turned off just by a damage. So then Renz's objective, like I said, 99% of the time you don't want it.
Right.
The only time I would ever want it is if I had a table full of troopers and I had both copies of it out there just to make sure they could only blow up one objective a turn. Other than that, I would never want it.
Yeah, that's true. Like I said, it's a work in progress. I was just trying to mess around with something and see how it would go. All right, well, I guess we'll wrap it up for this game then. Thanks as always for joining me for commentary, Derek. Appreciate it.
Yep, anytime.